Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Mindset Mike. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today. We are going to discuss unlocking your life success through the power of self awareness. Let's talk about what is self awareness, why it's important in your journey, how to develop it, and apply it in multiple areas of your life. It was about 3 years ago when I was writing out and scripting the outline for my personal development course. Run with It, Your 60-Day Mindset Roadmap is a 9-week self paced mindset coaching course, essentially. And I wanted to start in somewhere where everybody could relate to. I thought, okay, if I had to go back and do this all over after 8 years in personal development and being there and doing that and achieving many things and completely transforming my life, where would I begin? And I would sit with it and sit with it. And it always came down to self awareness. I was never told this, but it always came down to self awareness. And it was funny because about a week later, I'm on Instagram and I see Gary Vee talking about the key in your life is self awareness. And I was so happy because, I really admired him. And it was one of those things where I didn't go around copying everyone and doing my research to then put a course together. It all came from my brain and my knowledge and my expertise. And just knowing that one of the big dogs, kind of backed me up, it felt really, really good, or I felt backed up. So that's why I wanted to make this one of our first episodes so that we can start off with like a clean slate and talk to you about how this plays a part in your life. First and foremost, let's get clear on what self awareness is, right? Self awareness is one thing, self knowledge is another. Please don't confuse them because they're not interchangeable, they are different. Self knowledge is the what. And self awareness is the why. Why is this happening in my life in terms of feelings and emotions, thoughts, behavioral patterns? Why are you saying these words? That is the what. Understanding and comprehending the deeper layers of the reality that is going on. Okay, that experience, whether it's something so small and what seems insignificant, like choosing certain meals or wearing certain outfits, to picking our or choosing our life partner or a career or what we do with our time. All of these things play a role, and it's very, very important that you acknowledge this and you develop your self-awareness. I have good news for you. You do not need to be a mindset coach, a therapist, psychologist, psychiatrist, an inspirational speaker to have self-awareness. Okay, you can develop this, and it takes time, but it's a beautiful journey because it is as personal could be, and it's all yours, and it's right there. And with this, it's going to impact many other layers and factors of your life. When it comes to personal development, there are many factors and areas and little branches, but let's not complicate this. Self awareness leads to many beautiful roads. And whenever you understand yourself, you get many benefits in multiple areas of your life. Because there's one thing for certain: if we don't understand ourselves, we cannot expect other people to get us or guess what we're thinking or understand us or decipher our emotions. That is up to us. And whenever you do this, it's going to improve your journey as a whole. Think about it. How many times have you embarked in a process, whether it was, you wanted to go and work out and get fit for whatever reason, or you wanted to improve your nutritional lifestyle, or you wanted to improve certain skills and abilities, and you embarked on it and eventually gave up, or whenever things got difficult, somehow you just decided to get busy somewhere else, or whenever you don't decide, sometimes life just happens, right? And your focus shifts somewhere else. Think about these things in your life that you have said, I am starting and I am finishing, and then you actually never finish, and you just don't know why. It just so happens. And you catch yourself thinking, today is day one, over and over, over and over, and over and over. There is a reason for this. And we can decipher and reflect on this later so that you can better implement and make those changes as need be. So it's going to help your journey as a whole. Actually finish what you start, actually accomplish your goals and get to those milestones. Really get that transformation that starts from within. That's what we talk about, the transformation from within. It's going to improve your decision making. Why are you making the decisions that you're making? Are some of these helping you? Are they hurting you? Are they hindering you? Let's get to the bottom of that and improve that moving forward. Your leadership, how beautiful. Not only self leadership to understand yourself, but also to understand other people. Whether you are a team of one serving others, whether you're a team of one in 100,000 serving others, working collectively, collaboratively, it's so important to understand how other people operate as well. And it starts with you. And whenever you're able to also identify other patterns and, okay, you understand others, you're able to also support them and provide constructive feedback, improve those relationships personally, professionally, so on. It's a beautiful thing. There's so many benefits to it, truly. How do we develop it? How do we get to the bottom of this? It's very important to sit in the discomfort of the reality. Many times, whenever something difficult happens in our life, we want to dismiss it. We are wired to think that that discomfort, that bad equals terrible, and we should just ignore it and go to something that makes us feel happy. But what happens, or what would happen, if we take the time to sit in the discomfort and reflect? You can ask yourself why, and you can get to the bottom of it. This happened to me recently, as I've told you before. My self awareness, I understand myself. I can tell you the why, the what, where it came from. I can decipher and I can tell you that it started whenever I was 5 years old. Like, and obviously we don't use it as an excuse, but I can understand this. But something recently happened. It was winter in the UK. I moved here last year from Dubai. I was in Dubai for a few months and then I moved here with my partner. I did not anticipate for winter to be the way that winter was because I am from Texas and we get beautiful sunny weather year round. And some days it gets cold, but our cold isn't anything close to what I experienced here. And I started feeling gloomy, sad, what I would recognize as depressed. And I hate labels, but it felt wrong. And it felt like me years ago. And I was wondering, what is wrong with me? I was having trouble working. I was having trouble getting up from bed, feeling encouraged, or I wanted to talk to my family all the time because I'm far away from them across an ocean. And it just felt wrong. Something felt off. And after about a month, I said, what is this? And I sat with it. And I started reflecting on what is different. Why do I feel this way? First of all, what do I feel? Okay, I feel XYZ. Why do I feel this way? And I started kind of thinking about what is different. Well, I'm not getting much sun and I'm not going out much and I'm taking a break from my workouts because I fixed my back and I was kind of just getting to the bottom of it. And it came down to the fact that I was experiencing this quote unquote sad. I think it's a seasonal affective disorder or something like that. Don't quote me on that. I don't have the Google thing pulled up. But it was very interesting because once I got to that, I felt better. And I knew that there wasn't anything wrong with me, but there was an answer. And now I could provide a solution, do something about it. And then I found out that you can wear certain glasses that are yellow and that they make you feel like you're in the sunlight, or there's certain lights that you can have on your desk that help you mimic the sunlight as well. And I thought, okay, if I'm here next year, now I can become more prepared. The same thing applies for you. What is it? Think about one area of your life where you experience challenges. I'm going to mention one that maybe is common for many people: public speaking. And you think, man, I really want to move up in my business, or I really want to move up in my career, but every single time I have to speak, I freeze. I get stage fright. I don't want anyone to look at me. My mind goes blank. How do you like it so much? Well, let me tell you. It's not about why I like it so much. Let's talk about why you don't like it so much. Now, if you do like public speaking, still stick with me because there's going to be a lesson here. It's the what is that you get stage fright, right? And you are intimidated by people looking at you. And I understand it's many people's fears. That's why I'm mentioning this one. However, why? What is it about this? And you think, well, it's because whenever I'm up there, I feel like my knees are shaking and my heart starts beating really fast. And why? Well, I don't know. It just happens. Okay? Why does it happen? I'm just not very familiar with public speaking. Okay? And I just don't feel confident whenever I go up there. Okay? And then now you understand that it comes from a level of confidence that we need to improve and develop. And now we can do something about that. We can work with lacking confidence whenever you go on stage, or whenever you have to do a presentation, or whenever you have to do a pitch for your business or your career. We can do something about that. But if you go up and you stand on a stage and every single time you're just sweating at the thought of it, and that's what you leave it at, yes, of course, your confidence and your self-esteem and your drive and your willpower are going to take a hit. And you're going to want to give up. But you have to ask yourself, why? Why do I keep saying I'm going to get in shape, but I don't? Well, it turns out that I get very comfortable whenever I'm watching streaming services. I watch Netflix and I love watching this show. Okay. But why are you replacing that with workouts? And then you can start reflecting on this and you realize that it's not the fact that you are incapable of being in shape. It's the fact that your mind is telling you that being cozy on the couch is more comfortable than being out there pushing your body to outside of its comfort zone. Now you understand that, so your mind doesn't freak out whenever you feel this. I hope you see where I'm going with this. Your relationships. Why do you continue, or why do people, not you, but why do people continue attracting relationships that are the same and they're hurtful and they're not helping them prosper, right? They're just making you feel stuck. Why? And then you can just go back and back and back and back. And you can work through that, right? And if you need support, we can support you. There's a link below. It's not a humble plug. I'm just genuinely offering my support. But it's so important that you understand that self-awareness. Don't just sit with the discomfort and think, okay, I don't like that. Run. No, sit with it. Sit with it and dig deep. Dig deep so that you can understand yourself. And you're going to feel so empowered moving forward. Whenever somebody says, hey, what is your opinion on this? Or what do you think? Or what do you have to offer? You're going to be like, oh, let me tell you. Let me share with you what I have to say. It's going to feel good. Or whenever something comes your way and you're like, no, 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 that's not for me. The old version of me or the not so polished version of me would have been like all over it. But right now, I'm not. Why? Because I have self-awareness and I understand my patterns. I understand that when my mind feels safe, it sticks. And whenever my mind feels uncomfortable, it flees, right? So once you get that, you feel empowered because you have answers. You are going to be able to think before you act. You're not going to react. You're going to be proactive and intentional about your actions. So important. Why am I wanting to be in this position? Is it because I'm trying to compete with someone or because I truly want to move up? Why do I want to do that? Why do I want to do this? Why do I? And just why? Ask yourself why 10,000 times a day, and you're going to see that half of what you thought wasn't even what you thought you thought. Okay? And we can rewire. And that's good because if you're finding something that you're thinking, Claudia, I do not like what I uncovered, then we can work on that. But at least you know what you uncovered. Do not be afraid to recognize something that is different to what you see around you. Be proud of yourself whenever you have these milestones, these mental milestones, these self-leadership encounters that are going to revolutionize and transform not only your way of thinking, but your lifestyle and your journey as a whole. And when it comes to as a leadership, not only for you, but for others, you're going to be able to support others in understanding themselves. And no, we do not replace therapy or psychology or pretend that we are. No. But you're going to challenge others to see why is it that they do what they do and why they feel the way that they feel and why they act the way that they act. And you could be that doorway that opens to a whole new other era in their life. You could be that support system and you improve your relationships. How many times do we just snap or think or judge, or we're just so quick to jump to a conclusion? And if we have self-awareness, we can say, hold on, let me take a step back. Let me listen. Let me now word this differently or say this differently so that I can get a better response and this can be a more effective communication. It's so important. Think about what is it that you want for yourself? And ask yourself what you're doing now on the daily basis. Is it helping you or hindering you to get there? To finalize this episode, whenever you look at self-awareness, don't ever think about, oh man, what I don't have, what I haven't done, what I've messed up in. No. Always have the lens of opportunity and possibility and transformation for yourself. Think about that in the process, you are going to improve your emotional intelligence. You are going to strengthen your resilience and your drive, and you have a deeper understanding of who you are as a person and why you are the way that you are, and you're able to shape and mold and move forward and up in the world and what you do in your personal endeavors. To support you in this journey, I have left you some helpful resources down below. You can check them out in the show notes or the description box, depending on where you are tuning in from. I would also love to hear from you. What is it that you want to hear more about in this podcast? Mindset Mike is something that I have great plans for, and I am here to serve. So please make sure to follow, like, subscribe, share this episode with somebody that you think might be helpful for. Don't forget to be the optimal leader of your life, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.